Hello, Lisette Root of Simply Lisette here, and today I would like to do a long haul. I do mine a little different than most people, I think anyway. What I really enjoy doing is using papers that have already got paint on them in stages. So I'm just going to show you. I'm going to use, for my first color, Amsterdam Payne's Gray Standard Series. I'm putting it down before I put the stencil down because I want to have that as my color that's visible at the end as the outline. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm getting this brayered on. I haven't put any retarder in because I want to be able to pull right away in layers. And you'll see that in a minute here. Okay, so I'm going to use one of my favorite stencils. Pardon me. This is Cherry Blossom Assortment from PM Artist Studio. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Let's see. I'm going to see what I can do with this. Now this isn't as absorbent as some other papers, so I may need to do a little bit more pulling. We'll see. The stencil's going to stay on there until the end, and then I'll take it off, let that dry, and use a pull color to pull it up. So this is on 12 by 12 good art paper. And I can't remember the brand, but I used to buy it in giant packs at Fred Meyer, I believe. Okay, so I think I've got that pretty well. However, we're going to make absolutely sure we got a good print there. The object is to remove the paint from the holes of the stencil. Yeah, let's see how that looks. Oh, that's really pretty. I love that. So that's the first pull here. I have a limited amount of space, so it's going to be fun laying all these things out. Now let's see. It's still got a pretty good bit of paint on it, but you know, I'm not going to stress over that. What I am going to do is put the brayer off sheet to the side here so I can clean my brayer. That's my trash can. Okay. And I've learned how to do the brayering with intention from advice from Patricia, PM Artist Studio. And that way you end up with pieces that are completely one of a kind, and you can do so much with them. Because this is the first little layer here, I'm going to pull a little bit extra off. Don't want it to be too dark right off the bat. I pre-chose my colors. There we go. That's nice. I pre-chose my colors, and I separated out some art that I was interested in continuing on with. So let's see here. I kind of chose the order I wanted to put them in. That's enough, buddy. And this is Gestalt acrylic paint, medium yellow, and I have got a small amount of airbrush medium inside. Okay. My chihuahua. I've got 3 monsters. Yeah. Any voices make them crazy, even mine. Isn't that funny? Okay, I don't want to put too much paint on, but I want to get enough so that I get a good layer here. It's so much fun to do this because you end up with so many completely unique pieces. And I love building on those. Okay. think so. So what I'm going to do now is pick one of these pieces I already chose. And I think I'm going to go kind of in the order that I laid them out. This is going to be laid down and pulled up. Okay. I've got my beautiful brayer made by nature. Just the perfect rock. I love rocks. I love wood. I love metal. Yeah, I love bugs and bees and butterflies, and I just love everything. Okay. I found an interesting piece of wood that I thought would also make a really good brayer. The shape of it is just amazing, so I'm going to add that into my repertoire here. Let's see what happens. Okay. Oh, that is so pretty. Can you see that? I like that a lot. Okay. That came out really good. These are turning out very well. Okay, so I picked quinacridone magenta. I don't know what they do to get these incredible colors, but I love them. Oh, so beautiful. I want to get a whole set of them someday. I'm addicted to paint now, and paper, and canvas. No question. This is a thinner, this is a golden quinacridone magenta. And it shows there's a little square box there, and it's just white, and that means it's translucent, transparent. And so I'm gonna make sure I've got that layered off. I may end up putting a little bit more on, but I don't think so. I think this is going to be just the right amount. Judging the paint amounts is really quite an art, and it's not easy. It's just experience. I think I heard Patricia say that before you even think about saving a piece of art, make 100 of them first. I think that makes good sense. Okay. That is so pretty. Now let's see what would be excellent on here. Ooh. This is a piece of deli paper, and I've already done a couple of things on it. And I'm going to try this. It's not quite as big as, well, maybe. It's darn close to the same size. But to make sure that we do it right, I'm going to put this over the top of it and brayer. Deli paper is pretty absorbent. It's a lot like the tissue paper, and it's a pleasure to work with too. It really is, especially for transfers, things like that. That's probably good. Okay, let's see what happens with this one. And there's a little line of red where it pulled it up off of the little edge of the plate there. They're called pups, pull-up papers. That's what these are. And they can be really beautiful after they've been built up a bit. Okay. Let's see what happens with this one. It added a layer of color, a little bit of shape, but it's really beautiful. It's got gold and stuff in the background. Gorgeous. Okay. All right, that's so pretty, but I think I should pull some of that off. Might get another print. Let's give this one a try. Lots of times I use the cicada paper, and I love that stuff. It's not really cicada wing, but it's just beautiful. Very sheer, but strong. Super strong. I love that stuff. None of the papers are really cheap, but you know, what you do is art, and you're worth it. Your art is worth it. So you just have to buck up and start building your supplies. Follow your passion. Follow your passion. Okay. Oh, that's really, really pretty. That is so nice. Can you see that? It has a lot of beautiful colors in there. Lots of interest. Oh, I like the way that came out. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. I like to add gold in stages. I think it's just lovely. It adds something that is just almost indefinable. And I'm going to add gold to the turquoise. This gold is Gotideal artist grade. I love the color. Now I'm going to put Shuttle Art turquoise on the plate as well, and I'm going to blend them together. Don't want too much, but I want enough to really make it beautiful. Okay, let's try that. Okay. I love this stencil. It's so pretty. I want every stencil on PM Artist Studio's website. I want all the stamps, the stencils, the masks. Yeah, I want them all. Maybe someday I'll have them all. Probably not. There's so many beautiful things there. Okay, I like the way that looks. It's soft and lovely. And I had this one picked out. I think I'll go ahead and go with it. This design is a build-up on the art paper, and the first thing on there, no, the last thing was Froyle's Dance Moves 12. And that's such a pretty thing. Okay. And her stencils are available on PM Artist Studio as well. Now, let's see what we can do here. This has got paint on both sides of the paper. I like to do that sometimes because it's so unpredictable. Sometimes you get just unbelievably gorgeous papers just throwing it on. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, let's see what happened. Oh, that's lovely. Very pretty. Nobody. And I think I'm going to lift some off with a piece of cicada wing. Start building up a layer on this. Sometime soon, I want to do a video to show you how I keep things organized, and it's super important. And if you don't have a huge studio, I have some surprising and cool things to show you where you can do a lot of storage in a very small space. Oh yeah, I like the way that is. Just pulled up some of the extra paint there. I'll lay that back here. Next, I picked Iridescent Brown Nick Pro And it's a beautiful color. It's going to be sheer if I put it on right, which is sometimes tricky. This is a beautiful, beautiful set of paints. I want to get all of their iridescence. Actually, I'd like to get all of their paints, period. But once you find something that's really beautiful and it's affordable, buy it. Okay. And you get a lot of NYX Pro iridescent paints for the money. You really do. Let's see. Feels like a chunk. There is it. Nope. Okay. So this is Iridescent Brown by NYX Pro. And it's not really until it dries that you can see the magic of a piece like this. And you can build the magic. That's what I'm doing. That's beautiful too. Okay, so I'm going to use this pink deli paper. It has some paint already on it. Lay this deli paper over. Actually, that's wet strength tissue, I do believe. Wet strength tissue it's not really cheap, but it's so versatile and so strong. It's amazing. I think I got 100 pieces from Amazon, large pieces, for like $33. And it sounds like a lot, but you can cut them up. You can make great big collages. You can do all sorts of stuff with them. Okay. Now, let's see how that is. Oh, it's very pretty. A nice next layer. I love that. Okay. Now, I've got this very simple apple barrel King's Gold. And it's not actually metallic. It's just a really cool shade of yellow. And it's fairly liquid, as you can see. And that's fine. It's nice to mix up the different kinds of paints. Heavy bodied, liquid, soft bodied. It gives you interest. It really does. Oh, that's going to be beautiful. I did this stencil on a plate that's larger than it is because I like to add things along the edges sometimes. And a bigger plate's wonderful. I didn't use my giant plate today because I really wanted to make this a fun and easy video. Let's see. So that's got yellow on it. I have a feeling. Oh, let's see. I think I'm going to use this piece. It's orange paper and it's got some aqua and some blue on it. This is like building up for Christmas. You don't know what you're going to get, but you know it's going to be cool. Okay. Oh, that's really cool. Can you see that? Oh, yeah. Very nice. And let's get that cleaned off. I decided that some ultramarine blue would be nice after that yellow, the King's Gold. And this is Just Alt Ultramarine Blue. picking your colors is one of the funnest parts of this whole process. Again, it's an experiment. Unless you've got a formula that you've written down. I think I might need a little bit more. Let's see here. So this session is doing two really great things for me. It's doing a medium-sized long haul, and it's giving me a lot of beautiful interest on other prints. And I really like that. Multitasking. I think with this one, yeah, I think I'm going to put a little bit more of this. A little bit more. I think I had, yep, airbrush medium in there, so it's just a little bit thinner. That's the other thing, you have to learn how much is enough, how much is too much when you add other things to your paints. But it's fun too, and it extends your paint. Pardon me. So with this one, this is one of Froyle's dance moves. Stencils is what that is. And I'm going to put that on here and see what happens. Either it'll turn brown or it'll be really cool blue. Okay. Going to put this over the top because it's not quite big enough. And this will suck up the extra paint around the edge and make beautiful pups, pull-up papers. Okay. This one has more paint on the back of it too. You can build up really thin papers and make them quite substantial. Wow, that's cool texture. All right. Now, I think I'm going to throw a little bit of gold on here. Iridescent gold, Nick Pro. An intermediate step here. Okay. Yep. Okay. I'm going to put something dark on here to pull off this light gold. And I see the perfect piece, I think. This one's kind of an abstract that I've just been putting paint on, pulling it off. Let's see what happens here. I do love working with paper that's the same size as the plate. That's a lot of fun. Beautiful. And you can layer your stencils too. I'm not doing that today, but it can be done, and it's really cool. Patricia of PM Artist Studio, and a lot of the great artists like Carrie Griffiths and Eddie Makes Art, and oh, there's so many. They do magical things with layering stencils. I learn something every time. Oh my goodness, that is just gorgeous. Wow, that came out way better than I even thought it would. Okay. Okay, let's see. Now I've got beautiful red. This is Arteza Brilliant, or Scarlet Red. And it looks like it's going to be semi-opaque. See how that does. Okay, yeah. it's a thicker paint. I'm not sure if it's heavy body or like medium body. It kind of spreads out a little too easy to be a true heavy body. Now, I'm going to reach in my tote over here and find another piece to layer on, because I made a few more prints that I had planned for. Okay, let's see. Is that where you are? There. Oh, you will. Yep. Okay. Totes are essential for me, and I stack them because I don't have a lot of room. I have a lot of intention. Okay. Let me grab a couple that don't have much on them. And just have them handy. Okay, so this one, it's such a good one though. I need to put that on. I think I'm actually going to put this one back on top of that and see what happens. Because the paint's so vibrant. Okay. Oh wow, that's really beautiful. Wow, that worked well. Now, I've got this extra piece over here of deli paper, and this has got an interesting design on it. It's almost kaleidoscopic the way you mix and see new patterns, and it's a lot of fun. You kind of feel at one with your gel plate, which is nice. And you can see that it's pulled up the little edges, and that's building a really cool pull-up paper, or a pup. You know, it just struck me, I just realized that I pulled off the stencil over here, and I didn't even know it. Okay, so it's stuck to this paper. Thankfully, I just noticed it before it went too far in the drying process. Not exactly sure why that particular paper sucked it up so much, but I think it's because it had a good bit of paint on it already. Okay, almost got that. Okay, so I got the stencil free, and I'm not going to try to put it back on because I don't know what would happen, quite honestly. So I'll lay that there. And this is the where it was stuck. It's beautiful. Isn't that pretty? So what I need to do now is let this dry, and then I will put a paint on, a pull color, and we'll pull that print. For now, we're going to take a break, get all cleaned up. Okay, so it's pretty darn dry, and I've decided that I'm going to pull it with gold on black paper. I've got the Astro Brights black. I can't remember what the name of it is exactly, but it should do really well. I probably am putting too much paint on here, but I'm going to let it dry probably overnight, and then tomorrow I'll pull it and we'll see it together, and I'll show you all the other prints that came off of this process. It'll be fun. I find waiting overnight, I don't have any chance of it just messing up totally, you know. And after all this work, that would be bad. That would be sad, man. I wouldn't like that. Okay, I think that's good. Now, I'm going to lay the black paper on. I didn't have quite as many layers as I wanted because the stencil came up on one of the papers, but that's okay. It just was meant to be that way. And I learned, always look. Okay, I'm not going to pull it off. I'm going to leave it on overnight to dry. And then we'll see what happens. Have a lovely day. Good morning. It's now the next day, and we're going to pull this long haul. I discovered that this really cool piece of wood that I found is perfect for cracking around the edges to make sure your paint doesn't come up and lift. So I just did that. I don't know what that is, but I love it. And now we're going to peel off this paper. I had less layers than I actually wanted because the stencil lifted up, but I decided to go ahead and finish this, and I did it in gold over black, and I'm really curious to see how it looks. Oh, it's beautiful. This is the Cherry Blossom Assortment from PM Artist Studio, and looky there. Isn't that pretty? So that's the actual pull from the overnight drying, and I did that on black Astro Bright paper. Now I'll show you what we did yesterday. These are the pull-up papers that remove the paint in between the different colors of paint, and I like layering, and so that's what I did with these. They all had paint on them already. So this one, that was over Froyle Davies Dance Moves, and this is the Cherry Blossom Assortment. I really like the way that came out. It's very, very cool. And then this one was just another layer over the top of some gold, and this was done with the quinacridone magenta. Okay. This one, these are deli papers here. This one, I like that. It's very, very pretty. And these can be continued to be built on, or they can be torn apart. They can be framed as is. It just depends on what I want. This one, I like that. This is on deli paper also. Very cool. I think this is one of my favorites. It's certainly my favorite on the deli paper. Isn't that lovely? Oh, it's so charming. And then this one, it was a very dark background to begin with, and then I added gold onto this. I think that looks really nice. Hope you can see it like I see it. This one was very interesting. I like the opposites, the combination of the orange and the blue. It's kind of a complementary color set. I like this too. Isn't that pretty? I like that a lot. I really like this because I'm really fond of muted, soft colors. This was Royal Davies Dance Moves under there, and then the Cherry Blossom Assortment on top. And I think that is just charming. Very soft and subtle. This one, I really like this one. It's got a lot going on, and it was kind of an abstract thing to begin with, and this just, I think it enhanced it considerably. Isn't that a nice combination of colors? And then this was the pull-off sheet. Pardon me. This was the brayer-off sheet, and it was used for several projects, and it's going to be wonderful in the background for something. The feel of it is just, oh, it's great. So that was my first long haul that I've shared with you, and it's really was a medium haul because the stencil came up on a piece of paper before I was ready for it to, but it all worked out. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.